This disease affects people with weak immune systems and bodies. This is why both young and old die. Professor Janan Karate says that this disease is like the common flu, but its damage is gradually increasing. Bird flu became swine flu became rhino flu, and just as we were wondering if dinosaur flu would be next after rhino flu, they gave it a different name this time. Corona means crown, which means the top. Jokes aside, the virus is actually the same virus, but its effect is increasing. The reason is that GMOs, chemtrails and 5 grams weaken our immunity. So yes, this virus germ is certainly contagious. Since we as a nation cannot cover our mouths when coughing or sneezing, masks are mandatory. It is not because the mask protects the person wearing it from the virus. In other words, we wear masks not to avoid catching the virus, but to avoid spreading it. If possible, let's not stay in closed areas for too long. If someone sneezes or coughs near us, let's not breathe the air in that environment for a while and move away from there immediately. Let's protect ourselves from the cold. Let's consume plenty of lemon and white meat products, fish, chicken, etc., and get plenty of fresh air, pine air. If our vitamin C and D levels increase, our immunity will be strengthened. Of course, let's try to obtain these from natural sources, vegetables, fruits and meat, not from chemical products. If you think you have this disease, consume fresh donkey milk on an empty stomach for 1 week. If you cannot find it, crush 2 to 3 cloves of garlic into a glass of warm fresh milk and drink it. If you want a long-term protective cure, add 20 cloves of garlic and 2 thin slices of fresh root ginger to every 1 liter of lemon juice and wait for 20 days, then add half a tea glass of water to the mixture and drink it every day. Thyme and pine cone syrup are also beneficial. These are not medical recommendations. I am not a physician. We implemented these as a family and got positive results. This virus pandemic is an advanced version of the flu. It is a result of their weakening of immunity with chemtrails and 5G. Maybe many of us are not aware of it, but we have been living with this disease especially since the end of 2018, not 2019, and rest assured, this disease has affected every living creature. Those with strong immune systems somehow got through this, albeit late, before it turned into pneumonia or meningitis. Those with weak immune systems lost their lives. We have experienced similar events in the centuries that have passed. Spanish flu, Russian flu, Chinese flu. There is also the plague, but its story is a little different. I find it funny that they associate every flu epidemic with a wild animal. For example, why isn't plague transmitted from rats today? Well, because they found the cure, etc., etc. Come on, look at that. By doing this, superior minds corrupted our DNA and reduced us to the level of macaques. Of course, this way they developed and repaired their own DNA. While they level up and reach the level of superhuman God, you regress to the level of monkeys. Just like the example given in verses 165 and 166 of Surah Al-Araf. They have a disease-causing compound and they release this compound into nature every century, or nature has such a feature and they know it very well. Both possibilities are possible. Each time they give it a different name and say they have found a different vaccine, so that the industries of those who spread this wave of lies can grow. So, it's all a sham. The New World process has begun. They apply the rule of ordo ab chaos, creating order out of chaos. This process is 7 years. Half of it is gone. The epidemic will continue for several more years and millions more people will die. If the process fails, they will eventually cause World War III. How do I know? Because great epidemics have occurred before great wars. Apply at least one of the things I have listed above and do not come to this counter. Except for fractures and dislocations, do not trust doctors. I worked in the pharmacy sector for about 6 months. If you saw the promotions that pharmaceutical companies give to pharmacists and doctors, your jaw would drop. I also laugh at those who laugh at old wives' remedies. How can people who live in rural areas and have never seen a doctor live to be 80 to 90 years old? Have you ever questioned this? Wake up. They are damaging your DNA, and at your own will.